story of Judah Ben-Hur, the prince who became a slave and dared the evil might of the conqueror.
I tell you, the day Rome falls, there will be a shout of freedom such as the world has never heard before.
We arrived in Tel Aviv around 2 o'clock in the morning for our trip to begin through the Holy Land. We met our guide, Claudia, and the bus drove us to Bat Yam to stay the night, which was just south of Tel Aviv and along the Mediterranean coast. First night I kept our window open to hear the sound of the waves and feel the sea air. We slept for about 3 hours and had to wake up. And this is my friend Barbara. The bus drove us through Joppa, which was where Peter raised Tabitha to life in the Acts of the Apostles, and where Peter had his vision for the Gentiles.
Egypt. On this high hill, they built ambassadors to.
Our first stop was at Caesarea to see the ruins of Herod the Great's palace. We saw the theater and the Hippodrome where the chariots once raced. This was also the home of Pontius Pilate. It was under the palace where St. Paul was imprisoned in Acts of the Apostles. And also the harbor that was once here was used by St. Paul to set sail on his journeys to Rome. Romans used to be buried this way. Some of Herod's ruins were under the sea by now because the sea had brushed over it. The Hippodrome, where the chariots raced, is still kept up today. Ben-Hur, the chariot races, this is where it took place in the time of Jesus. It's the Mediterranean Sea still. We're still at Caesarea. This is where the excavating went on.
Even being next to the Mediterranean Sea, the moat was dry, without water. They put the port escape in case of sea. So we see the important thing next to the harbor to have the storeroom. This is here the ruins of the storeroom. The harbor was something like my two hands, and one entrance.
We stopped also to see the walls where the Crusaders built after they came in and took over Israel. The entrance or the exit to the Crusade for the Crusaders' city. The entrance to the Crusaders' city. And the bus drove further up the coast along Mount Carmel, which stretches for about 16 miles until we got to Haifa. We had a lunch in a small cafe in Haifa. Then we drove up to Mount Carmel and had Mass. We got to view the city of Haifa from that point, and a man with a trumpet played America the Beautiful for us. He probably wanted a donation. That's probably why he was playing it. The site of Mount Carmel is where the Carmelites built their monastery over the cave where Elijah received the prophecy from God in 1 Kings in the Bible. Also, it mentions that Elijah saw the view of the sea from that cave. We went to a small chapel in the cave, and Father Martin prayed Mass.
We will be visiting Nazareth Antioch. We are leaving in the morning at 7:30 to Mary. Tomorrow is the early.
This is the Nazareth Hotel at night, October 17th, 2008.